A squatter who took over an empty house that belonged to a pensioner and won the right to become its legal owner has sold it for £540,000, MailOnline can reveal. Keith Best was accused of effectively stealing the three-bedroom semi-detached home in Newbury Park, East London, from Colin Curtis, who previously lived there with his mother but then moved out in the late 1990s, leaving it empty. After spotting the vacant home while working in the neighborhood, builder Mr. Best started treating it as his own and then began renovating it, formally moving in with his wife and child in 2012. A few months later, he applied to the courts for permanent possession of the property, which was worth around £400,000 at the time. He won following an appeal despite the judge accepting that he had committed criminal trespass. MailOnline can reveal that after living in it for almost 8 years, Mr. Best has now sold it, pocketing the entire £540,000 profit. The new owner, Attic Hayat, 35, told MailOnline, "This property was sold to us by Keith Best, who was the legal owner. His name appeared on all the documents related to this house and everything was done properly, and we have nothing to worry about. I never met Mr. Best, but my sisters did twice, when they came to see the property. It was in a very good condition, and he seemed like a very genuine man. The sale was done in the proper legal way through solicitors, so we didn't have a lot to do with him." Mr. Hayat's sister Khalida, who also lives at the property, visited twice when Mr. Best lived there, confirmed his picture when shown by MailOnline. She added, "Yes, that's Mr. Best, the man who previously owned this home. I wasn't too involved in the sale, and we have no idea where he now lives. He showed us around and spoke about all the work he had done on it and what a lovely area this is." Mr. Hayat revealed that the family did not know about their home's controversial past until informed by MailOnline. He said, "I don't understand how something like this can happen. How can you just take over an empty house and make it your own? Isn't that theft? It doesn't make sense to me. How could the courts have just allowed him to become the legal owner? I'm quite shocked at hearing how Mr. Best got this home. He never said anything to us, but why would he? Some neighbors have mentioned it to us in the past, but we've never heard the full details. It's crazy to think that you can see an empty home and just take it over and the court is okay with that." The legal saga around the home started after Mr. Best, 54, submitted an application for adverse possession, under which a trespasser can win rights to somewhere they do not legally own if they can demonstrate they had control over the building or land for a considerable period of time. He was initially turned down by the chief land registrar as his claim came just a few weeks after squatting was criminalized under Legal Aid, Sentencing and Punishment of Offenders Act. However, this was overruled by the High Court in 2014, with Mr. Justice Ousley ruling that the registrar's decision was founded on an error of law, and previous legislation which treated squatting as a civil matter should apply, resulting in Mr. Best being made the legal owner of the home. The judge also ruled that adverse possession was still possible in any private property where at least 10 years had passed without effective action by the owner. Mr. Curtis, who passed away aged 80 in 2018, then launched a counterclaim. But this was dismissed by Judge Elizabeth Cook on the basis that he was not a registered administrator of his mother's estate and had no legal right to fight for her home.